All right, happy Friday, folks. This is the first installment of Friday Freestyles. This is something I've been writing about on my blog since about June, and it's something I do every Friday, but I wanted to finally port it over to YouTube. So this is where I'll be talking about kind of what's on my mind, what the best things I've eaten this week are, what I'm watching or streaming on TV, what I'm reading or listening to, and what I'm up to this weekend. I hope you find this of some interest, but I wanted to just try this out. I think I'll be doing it for the next 4 weeks to see what folks' appetite is. So without further ado, let's jump into what's going on my mind. And speaking of, the link to this article or post is on my blog and in the description here. All right, so what's on my mind? 2 words, New Orleans. In almost a week, I'll be going to New Orleans with 9 of my best dude friends, and that is on my mind. So I am excited for that, but I am also a little worried. I have this like weird complex. Anytime someone's willing to like go on a trip or travel with me, I like put this pressure on myself that, you know, if you're gonna trust me or like use your time or PTO to like hang out with me, I wanna make sure you have a good time. So usually this might be like 1, 2, or 3 people, but this time it's 9. So I'm a little worried about trying to make sure everyone has a good time. I know that sounds crazy and everyone's telling me not to like stress out, but that is on my mind. I am super excited to go to New Orleans. I've been once as a kid with my mom and grandma, but when I say kid, like probably like 8, 9, 10. So this will be the first time going as an adult, or kind of an adult at least. And yeah, I'm not only super excited to go there, obviously excited to see friends. I haven't seen some of these people in definitely over a year. I've seen some of them in Mexico, but I haven't seen the bulk of them in a really long time. I'm also just really pumped to go to New Orleans to eat and drink. I've heard really, really good things about the food scene and that it's super underrated. The prices are great compared to SF and LA, maybe not so much to Mexico, but the prices are pretty fair, and the cocktail scene looks phenomenal. So even though I am a little stressed, I'm super pumped to be going to New Orleans. If you've been there or live there or have any recommendations, please let me know in the comments. You all know I'm kind of crazy. You've seen like spreadsheet land, but I don't have everything planned yet, which is probably surprising to some of you. If you have any bars, restaurants, brunch spots, breweries, cocktail bar, like anything, please let me know in the comments. That was what's on my mind. Now what's on my taste buds? And if you see me look down like this, I'm actually looking at my article or like my post to remind myself what I ate, because I'm about to go through quite a few things. So in the past week or so, we actually ate quite a lot of good things, and one thing that was a highlight and something we actually ate this morning was Chez Celine. So this is like a French bistro bakery here that's actually on 5th Ave, pretty far down 5th Ave, but they've got really probably underrated coffee. Like I never went there expecting their coffee to be good, but really like their coffee. They've got a ton of different pastries and an extensive brunch menu. So last Friday and this morning, Yunji picked it up because I'm having a headache because things are going on. We got pastries. So last week I got a raisin roll, which if you saw, I don't know if it's out yet, probably next week, like the top things I ate in Querétaro or like the brunch tour, I forget when those are coming out. But anyways, love raisin rolls, and I had one of those. Last Friday and this morning, Yunji had a croissant, almond croissant. So that's what we had. And then we followed that up the next day with like a full-on proper hot brunch there. So Yunji got this like everything bagel with avocado, eggs. I think there was some meat in there maybe. And then this like sheet of cheese on top that was super good, like surprisingly good, including the bagel. And then I got a croque madame, which it might have been the best croque madame, not only that I've had in Mexico, but just maybe ever. Like it was incredible. And a lot of croque madames I've had has that like béarnaise sauce like doused all over the top of it, but this one actually, like the sauce was inside, so it was like very compact. It was cheesy, the egg was good, but I don't know, something about it was just like perfect. Oh boy. And then later that night, we went to a place called Nordic that I found out about just like doing my whole Google Maps thing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll link you to my video on how I always seem to find really good places to eat. Anyways, was super jazzed about it. Went in, it was kind of dead, which I'm always a little suspect of, but people came out and greeted us. We immediately like met the head chef and owner. He came out and shared all these specials, and I was like super excited, but also was like planning to order different stuff. Anyways, I ordered a special. without asking how much it was, because I was like, I won't embarrass myself, blah, blah. The special, which was an appetizer, ended up costing more than every single entree they had. So that kind of spoiled the meal for me. We ended up having this really good, I think it was like a salmon tartare. That was really good. The appetizer that was a special was some sort of like fish albondigas with burrata and this like other green gazpacho thing. I don't know, it was really good, but like, had I known the cost, I would have gotten a main. And then we split this like octopus taco, which the octopus piece was like that big. And so when you took a bite of the taco, you got everything but that, but the octopus itself was bomb, but just proportions were, you might as well have just like charged more and sold any. Anyways, unless you're balling and don't care about costs, which is probably 80 to 90% of you because you're normal and I'm crazy, ask what the special costs before you order it. Just word of advice if you're anything like me. And lastly, we went back to El Fagon. So if you've ever been to Playa del Carmen, I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm sure you've probably been there multiple times. We had been twice, enjoyed it both of those times. I think the first time I noticed a lot of tables had like baked potatoes and all this crazy stuff going on when I was just ordering like tortas and tacos. So I knew I wanted to go back for a third time to order one of these plates. They have like a plate section, and then they just have this section where it just says like what we're famous for, like the one thing, and it's their El Fogoncito. So I don't know if that means like little something. They're called El Fagon. Anyways, this thing comes with bacon, chorizo, smoked pork chop, charred beans, like 10 tortillas, grilled cebollitas or like green onions, chips, guac, a baked potato, and I legitimately think I'm forgetting things, all for like $10 or $11. It was so good, just so much was going on. But if you go there, obviously get the El Pastor, but I highly recommend getting the El Fogoncito. We are gonna go back. I don't know if I'll get this again because I was like sick from eating it. Not like, you know, that kind of sick, just like I ate too much. And I ended up having enough leftovers to make a whole nother meal. I think I had it for Sunday. But anyways, we'll be going back because I still want to try their gringa and maybe repeat some things, but highly recommend that. Okay, I'm glad I added chapters to this because some of you are like, I don't care what you ate, but thanks for sharing that. Now let's talk about what I'm streaming. Maybe you don't care, but I like talking about this because why not? And there have been times, like when we were in Mexico City, I didn't have a TV, so I was reading way more. Here we have that might not look big, but that's like at least 65, if not 70-inch TV. It's also got the sound bar. Yes, there's a guitar and piano in here. I tried the guitar, it's super not tuned, and I played a little piano, but I suck. Anyways, the TV is awesome, so we watch a ton of TV and movies here. The first thing I wanted to do when I came here was watch Dune that just released. For whatever reason, and this makes no sense to me at all, HBO Max users in the US have access to Dune, but it's not available here. I don't want to get into that too much. Makes no sense. I'll watch it next week when we're home, either Thursday or Friday. But that will be the first thing I would watch, but I haven't seen it yet because of so-and-so. Yes, I have a VPN, but I don't have any way to connect any of my devices to the TV. Okay, so what have I watched then? So a few nights ago, maybe not last night, the night before, we saw a trailer or like a little preview of something called Love and Monsters. And I had never heard of this, but the preview looked like kind of quirky and cool and kind of like not too serious. So it's like chill, low expectations. Anyways, Love and Monsters is about like a post-apocalyptic Earth where an asteroid was coming to destroy the Earth. So all the different countries banded together to like shoot rockets at it or nukes or whatever. And once they did that, it saved the Earth from asteroid impact, but there was tons of radioactivity that affected the Earth. It killed most people, and it made like bugs and insects and animals like massive, like 50, I don't know, much, much, much larger, like the size of trucks. So people are living underground safely or whatever. And then this guy has been talking to his ex-girlfriend. They've been underground 7 years. And he decides like, you know, YOLO, I'm gonna like risk my life to like go see her. And it's like kind of comedy-ish and like funny. There might be a sequel. It wasn't the best movie, but if that anything I just said sounds like your vibe, I'd recommend it. And then my favorite movie I saw in the last week. So a few months ago when we were in Mexico City for the first time, so this would have been like May, June, Zack Snyder was coming out with a movie called Army of the Dead. And it looked just like, you know, action, like Dave Bautista, the guy from that's Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, is like the main guy. It was like a, you know, zombie thriller action, whatever. So we planned to see that and then forgot about it for whatever reason. But then, like last week or a few days ago, this movie called Army of Thieves came out, and I didn't even know it was connected at first. Then we watched the trailer and found out it was like the prequel to the other one. So it's basically like a heist movie during a zombie apocalypse situation. And it was incredible. Like, there were some issues with it and it could have been better, but the main character is also the director, and he was just so awkward and it was hilarious. So if you like heists, watch it. If you like kind of off-color comedies, or you like genre mashups where it's a heist action zombie, like, it is covering a lot of different things here. Highly recommend that. And then obviously, because we watched the prequel, we had to watch Army of the Dead. It was good. It definitely was not as good. The main guy from Army of Thieves is also in that, but this was much more a Zack Snyder movie. He even said it's the spiritual sequel to Dawn of the Dead, the remake that he directed in whatever, early 2000s. And it was good, but it was much more like mindless action, whatever, whereas the other one was like, you know, a mashup of genres and kind of cool. But if you're into action, or, you know, it's Friday night, Saturday, the weekend, you just want to watch something with like a bunch of guns, bullets, zombies, action, like, definitely check it out. Okay, so and I watched more than that. We're watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but anyways, to segue into like what I'm reading, because I've been watching so much Netflix and Disney Plus and stuff, that does cannibalize what I'm reading. So I'm not sure when. What does this say? Yeah, so I finished the 5th season last week. I don't want to talk about that too much. If you want to see that, again, the link to my blogs here, you can see last week's Friday Freestyle. But I did finish Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I've been listening to all of the Harry Potters on audiobook, and they are phenomenal. I knew I wanted to listen to the first 3 just because, you know, they're short, easy. I hadn't read them for a while. And then all of a sudden I was listening to the 4th one. And then once I finished the 4th one, I was like, oh, I'll start the 5th one, because like that's the long ass one. Then once I finished the 5th one, it's like, dude, you have to read all 7. So I finished the 6th book last week. It might be my favorite book. And the narrating is just so good. It's definitely better than the movies, but it's also better than the books in my opinion, just because I think Jim Dale, the voice actor, narrator, he does some of the voices so well. Like his Snape and Malfoy and like Hermione, they're so good. So it's basically like getting a 20-hour movie version of Harry Potter. Obviously there's no visuals, but that's what like your brain and mind are for. Obviously highly recommend these. If you have never read Harry Potter, leave a comment, because I don't believe you. If you've read them but never listened to the audiobooks, highly recommend those. I will leave some links to the audiobooks. They might be affiliate links. If you click them, I might get money, but you're not going to pay more. And because I finished that, it's like we're into the Deathly Hallows, the 7th book. I'm like 80% of the way through. Skip through this if this is going to be spoilers for you, but Harry's re-entering Hogwarts. We're going to get one of the last Horcruxes. This book has been so much better than I remember, because like the movies, especially the 7th one, I don't know, 7 part 1 is not good. 7 part 2 is pretty good. But anyways, really happy to be wrapping these books up. That's what I've been reading. They're totally awesome. Yoonji's reading Malibu Rising, which is by the author of Daisy Jones and the Sixth. So I might read one of those next. I might read Maidens by the guy who wrote The Silent Patient. I might do Project Hail Mary, which is by Andy Weir or however you say his name, who did The Martian. If you have a book you're reading or have read lately that you really enjoy, please let me know in the comments, whether it's a book or an audiobook, and I'll check that out because I need recommendation. And then lastly, what's up this weekend? So if we were younger and cooler and had more energy, we'd like party this weekend. I fully plan to like relax, hang out, watch some movies, finish my book, my audiobook. We hit the beach today. We plan on hitting the beach tomorrow and Sunday. And then we'll definitely be going out for dinner tonight. We'll get brunch tomorrow. We'll get a dinner tomorrow, usually because brunch it's really hard for us to have appetite for lunch. People are like, dude, what's wrong with you? So we'll get like a late lunch, early dinner somewhere. And then Sunday we'll get brunch and kind of like get ready for the week, start like packing up. We've got to get our COVID test and do stuff to come home. But anyway, that's what's up this weekend. thanks for checking out this Friday freestyle. If you think this format is cool or you like it, please let me know in the comments. Regardless of the feedback, I will run this for the next 4 weeks to see what people are into. If there's another thing you want me to talk about outside of, you know, what's on my mind, what did I eat, read, watch, and this weekend, if there's any other topic you want, please let me know. Again, check out the description for a link to my blog and to the books, and I'll do the stuff for the Netflix stuff to the IMDb. But again, thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great Friday night and a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow because I'm gonna drop a new video tomorrow, and then I'll see you next Wednesday. But thanks so much for watching. Have a great Friday, have a great weekend. Check out one of these recommended videos below. Till next time, later.